Hello and welcome to my new part to how I was learning to draw in VR. This time it's a very interesting one. It's all about audio. So I'm not sure if you can hear this right now, but I'm playing music, like disco style music in the background, to see how different audio brushes are affected with music. So first of all, I clicked this button called Audio Reactor, which decides, which implements the audio function and looks out for any noises in you're playing from your PC. So in my case, I'm playing music, so it picked it up, as you can see here. You can see the sound waves. And on each brush, on the bottom left, you can see a little audio symbol, which I'm pointing at right now. And here you can see a lot of them have it. So what I did, these mean that they are animated with music. So they usually do something with or are affected by the bass mainly. So now I would like to show some examples of this. I'll probably move back to this later. But here you can see, so this is I forgot what the name was, Hypergrid. You can see how the triangles move around, which is very unique. Here on the dots, everything just brightens up and it gets bigger. Here I made like a disco setup. You can see the fire. It's moving slightly, it's hard to see. And then the embers on this side, they're glowing more and more whenever the beat comes. Here you can see this is like a classic bass booster thing. It just moves up whenever there's bass. Here it looks like equalizers, which shows the movement of the music. Here as well, which is really cool. This is a really cool one because it's 3D and it's a very strong effect. The waves, they're also affected the way they move. I'd say some of the cooler ones is this one because they only move, as you can see here, there's piano chords. I don't know if you can hear it, but they only move, and then now it's fluid music, so it goes faster. But when it's slow music, it goes slow, and when it's fast music, it goes fast. So it's a really cool way. Now if you look up, I made a little disco ball. You can see the colors change on this one, and they actually slide through many different color, rolls of colors. Here you can see I call them the asteroids. What are they called again? The streamers. Here you can see how the streamers, they move only, just like these, they move only when there's music. So there's different styles of movements. I think I'll mention it later, but there's different ways. Some only move when there's a movement, or when there's a beat, and otherwise they just wait. And some have different styles of animation. These, they move again with a beat, but these are more in a wave. I might be speaking a bit loud, I'm sorry if that's the case. So here you can see the stars, they're just moving around. Usually they're sort of stagnating and glistening. Now they're moving around, while also brightening up and dimming. So these are mostly all of the ones, all of the brushes. I've tried to implement all of them. Let me look for a few more. I put a few in this around randomly in the disco room. By the way, I used the whole thing to the whole brush. Let's see. I think I used this on a shiny hole to make this outside, or the mats maybe I used, because I thought it's a cool way to make a disco room. So yeah, the electric bolts, they're very unique. You can see how they're strong. The bolts are like always, they move a bit, but these move even more when there's a bass boost. So now let's get to the actual written work. So Audio Reactor button is what I talked about before, picks up audio signal from PC, moves when music is found. Brushes that are effective have a little audio symbol, as I have explained. Reacts with bass. The light source flickers usually. So let's say the dots, usually it's always the light source which flickers. Well, at least that's one of the cases. In the rainbow one, it's like an equalizer. That one, as I explained before. Wow, I really like this effect from a distance. Like when you're really small, and this disco feels like, the disco room feels really big. It feels really fascinating, the way that all the colors move around. I'm close to the edge of my room and you need to be careful. So yeah, rainbows are like an equalizer. Waveform wiggles. So what I was talking about also with electricity, how it wiggles like this. And then moving brushes move with bass. So like streamers, neon pulse, so that's what I was saying, they stop when there's no bass and then they continue. Here it's a strong flow because it's a consistent strong audio right now. There's a lot of audio. Next one is the light wave, changes light with each beat. Okay, after having checked for a bit, I believe I meant light wire, which is the Christmas lights basically. And here you can see they switch lights not by seconds now, but by timing. So that's what I meant with that. And then some progress along the line as the music plays. So yeah, so some of them have just progress along the line as music plays, like the dots or the tune. So yeah, what they mean is like there's sort of a wave going around the dots. So sometimes it makes light everywhere, but sometimes there's a bit more light on one end, and that goes around. You can see there's a little wave between them, so it goes across the dots. And apparently this also happens with the tune. So what I meant with the tune is here's much more visible. I didn't really understand first what I meant because here it looks like everything is lighting up, but now I really realize it starts at an end, or at two ends even, and it goes across it. So that's what I meant, is it follows the line. Oops, I stopped the audio thing. So you can see the difference. Oh wait, okay, here's on, and here's off. You can see this has no animation at all. This has no animation. A lot of it is very dead compared to with music. You can see how epic this looks. So it's a really unique function which you could use in different sketches and then present it in this way to make it really pop. And then animates the tail, the comet. So let's see the comet. So you can see how the end is mostly the same, it pops like most bright areas, but the tail actually animates and moves down, sort of. Like fire animation almost, but only when the music comes. And also everything becomes less static and smooth. So as you saw in the comparison, everything is much more sudden, whereas if you turn it off, everything's so static and smooth. So the movement is very smooth. Whereas with music, because it's not consistent bass or boost or like beats, it's like bang, bang, bang. It's like one at a time, sort of. So it's very rough, you could say. So yeah, that's the audio brushes. That's what I wrote for audio brushes. And this is probably one of the most unique features, I would say, of the tilt brush. Drawing is quite obvious. That's the whole point of the game. But the fact that audio can react to many different brushes makes it really unique, and it gives a lot of different opportunities to the artist, which I'm happy to learn about. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening. Until next time.